welcome to our wedding. We're so happy you're here and so extremely thankful that you're here to share this wonderful day with us. Spencer and I both feel incredibly blessed to have friends and family like you guys who have supported us all along our relationship and throughout our lives. So thank you for being here with us.
Yeah, you guys have just been an incredible blessing, and obviously why you've been invited to the wedding. And we appreciate the time that you've taken, not only to spend in our lives and obviously building a relationship with each one of you that are important, that are invited, but also to take the time out of the day to join us in our celebration. So thanks a lot for coming. And we thought for some of you guys, you may not know how Kristen and I met. You may only know one of us, so we thought we'd quickly share how we met and give you a little bit of background on that.
Well, Spencer and I met my freshman year at Huntington. He was a junior, and it was in January of 2008, and we were both at a Huntington basketball game and needed a ride home from St. Francis back to HU.
So Kristen and I did meet at the basketball game, and she was right. She did need a ride back, which, fortunate for me, her sister was already riding in my buddy's car. So I was sitting in the back seat. There was plenty of room on the other side of the seat, but Kristen moved all the books and all the bags and sat right in the middle.
And so Spencer and I both hopped in the back seat of Jimel's car, and I didn't know Spencer. Apparently he was a stud golfer at Huntington. Never heard of him.
She kind of came on to me.
But we just had the friendly chat and interaction on our way back to HU.
I kind of sensed there was something different about this one. Kind of liked her. She was different, she was funny, she had a good sense of humor and liked to smile. And more than anything else, she liked sitting next to me, and that's a pretty good sign.
After that, I didn't really hear from him. And I didn't run into him. Yeah.
That was until Valentine's Day. On Valentine's Day, I might have sent her a text message because I thought she was pretty cute. Hadn't heard from her, hadn't talked to her. She responded to my text message maybe 8 hours later, so I wasn't sure what that was about. But eventually she agreed to meet me, and we hung out Valentine's Day night, and I kind of liked her.
So after Valentine's Day, the rest was pretty much history. There may have been a few times that I doubted Spencer and I's relationship. I may have broken up with him a couple of times too. But through those times, Spencer and I learned and grew and eventually came right back to each other and fell madly and deeply in love. So the day that I fell in love with Spencer was a spring day my sophomore year at Huntington. It was March 11th. I remember it very clearly. Spencer and I were not together. Actually, I had broken up with him previous to that point.
So the day that I fell in love with Kristen, or I should say at least told her that I loved her, happened to be the second time that she broke up with me. She tried breaking up with me the night before, told me we need to talk in person. I knew what that meant. And to be honest, I'm a pretty good negotiator. I at least negotiated an extra 18 hours of our relationship until the next day, which was a day that I was leaving to go south to play some more golf. And so we went to meet at Mocha Lounge in Fort Wayne, and we talked, and I told her I understood, and that if that's what she really felt like she needed, then I supported her in that, and I didn't want to keep her to the relationship. But I also told her that I realized at that point that I loved her, which may not be the best idea, but I did tell her I loved her on the day that she tried breaking up with me, or the day after she tried breaking up with me.
Through many tough times and prayers and tears, I'd finally come to realize, and God had prepared me and prepared my heart to love Spencer. But on that day, I ran into Spencer and a friend on the mall at Huntington University. I was with Chelsea, and it was right before spring break. Spencer was heading to Florida to go golf with his buddies, and Chelsea and I were supposed to go to Boston on a mission trip. And we ran into Spence, and we were just chatting, just small talk. And then he mentioned about supporting Chelsea and I, giving us some money for our trip.
Money. I knew it was money. It was money all along. Support a missions trip. Come on.
And again, my heart melted, and not just in that moment, but so many things led up to that I knew that Spencer was the man for me, and I knew that I really wanted to be married to him.
I wanted her to know that I loved her, even if we never dated before. And I never wanted to tell someone I loved them unless I was going to marry him, but the truth was the truth, and she needed to know the truth.
But we weren't together, so I needed to change things. And I did, and I tried really hard over spring break.
I knew it was serious the last time we got back together because I was on spring break. I was playing golf with all my buddies on the team, and she texted me because she had gotten sick and had to stay home from a missions trip for spring break. And she sent me a text about a team that we mutually love, the Duke Blue Devils basketball team. And I stayed inside. I didn't go back out to play golf. I sat in the clubhouse by myself and texted this girl, which, for those of you who know me, it's pretty impressive if I gave up golf to text a girl that was 1,000 miles away from me. So anyways, we did get engaged. We went out to eat in Fort Wayne and went for a carriage ride.
Spencer and I got engaged on November 11th, 2010. And we've had 9 great months to enjoy each other, to plan, and to prepare ourselves for marriage. And I'm so excited for this day and for what it means for us.
It's gone fast, but we're so excited. Excited to be together, to join as one, and just to see what God brings the rest of our lives. So thanks again for joining us. We really appreciate the time, all of the things that you guys have done for us and have obviously joined us on this day. So thanks a lot, guys. I hope that you learned a little bit about us and maybe find a little bit more enjoyment or at least some laughter in our relationship. But we really appreciate you guys coming, and we're gonna go take some pictures now, I think, right?
Yep, that's the plan. And we just look forward to seeing you at the reception, and let's have a good time.
Thanks, guys.